The trial of the man accused of fatally shooting 5 people and wounding 6 at Fort Lauderdale's airport is expected to be postponed during a court hearing later today. Esteban Santiago's trial has been scheduled tentatively for January 22, Indiana Federal Court in Miami. But the lengthy federal process to decide whether prosecutors will seek the death penalty is likely to force a delay, court records show. Santiago, 27, who grew up in Puerto Rico and most recently lived in Anchorage, Alaska, has pleaded not guilty to a 22-count indictment in the January 6, Massachusetts shooting at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. 10 of the charges carry a potential death sentence or life in federal prison. Prosecutors say they will need until April 30 to make their decision about whether to seek the death penalty or life behind bars, according to court records. That decision process takes much longer in the federal system than in Florida's state system. In Santiago's case, acting U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida Benjamin Greenberg will make a recommendation after consulting with a local committee. That recommendation is then reviewed by a panel of experts in the U.S. Department of Justice in Washington, D.C., which also makes a recommendation. It cost Broward County about $562,000 to reunite travelers with their left-behind belongings following the January 6 shootings at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. Another $270,000 was spent replacing carpets and ceiling tiles in Terminal 2 after the shooter killed 5 people. Andorra. It cost Broward County about $562,000 to reunite travelers with their left-behind belongings following the January 6 shootings at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. Another $270,000 was spent replacing carpets and ceiling tiles in Terminal 2 after the shooter killed 5 people. Andorra. Family members of the victims, as well as Santiago's defense team, provide their input during the process, prosecutors said. The final decision on whether to seek the death penalty lies with Attorney General Jeff Sessions. If the prosecution seeks the death penalty, a federal jury would first have to decide if Santiago is guilty and then decide on the appropriate punishment. Santiago's attorneys say he is legally competent to stand trial. Santiago, who is locked up in the federal detention center in downtown Miami, is taking prescription medication to treat his diagnosis of schizophrenia. After Santiago surrendered at the airport, FBI agents said he first told them he acted under government mind control, then said he was inspired by the Islamic State extremist group. No terrorism links have been found, authorities said. P. McMahon at sunsentinel.com, 954-356-4533 or Twitter at Sentinel Paula.